Okay, hi YouTube, and a very warm welcome to, as the title suggests, the Vulcan Project video threads. Right now, these are the videos of the very eagerly awaited if you've been interested, project with regards to the Class 08. I've dropped it in a couple of previous videos that something's been going on with that, and I now finally think I'm at the stage to get the ball rolling. Now, Vulcan Project. Some of you may know just by that title what this may be suggesting, but others will not. So before I actually get onto the modelling, I'll just elaborate more on what's going on here. Right, now there is one particular shunter that I'm quite a fan of, and it goes by the name of Vulcan. Now Vulcan lives down here by me at Haworth on the Worth Valley Railway. And Vulcan's a very unique shunter, a very quirky shunter, so obviously it ticks all my shunter boxes. Now Vulcan's quirky by the fact that he's one of a kind. Nowadays there were actually two of his class, but Vulcan is the only survivor of the pair. He's also quirky by his appearance. He has a very appealing cab end, and it's just, ever since I saw him, all them years ago, and even nowadays when I've got back into my modelling, he's still my firm favourite of loco, especially up here on the Keith and Worth Valley Railway. But yeah, he's a firm favourite of mine, so I thought, you know what, if I could have a model of Vulcan, I'll be one very happy chappy. And I think I would also be the only person in the world to have a model of Vulcan. If anyone knows different to that, once you've seen more of this video, if you think there's already something out there like it, please let me know, because I'll be highly interested. So right, I've got my phone here with some photos on. So for those of you who haven't met a Vulcan before, here he is now. I don't know how this is going to turn out having my phone here, but felt like a good idea, so here we are. Right, so this is Vulcan. Now this is Vulcan in his very first disguise. Now, just to tell you a bit more, Vulcan, he was built by English Electric at the Vulcan Foundry, and he's a diesel electric transmission. Now his twin was diesel hydraulic, the one who was scrapped, but Vulcan is diesel electric. That's 500 HP he kicks out with a top speed of 35 miles per hour. Now for a shunter, that's quick enough, is that? Now I've always described him as a pumped up Class 08, visually as well. He's not too dissimilar to a Class 08. That is until you see the cab end. So here he is in his very first disguise. This is how Vulcan Foundry built him, in black, with an orange stripe down the side that tapered off into a V at the front. So there he is at at Haworth, sorry. Back in the early days, Haworth Yard looks nothing like that now. Now if we scoot along, he went into a red and orange livery. I believe Worth Valley put him into this, but don't take that as gospel. So there he is. Now here's a first look at this rear end. Now as you can see, it's almost like a bunker on the back, and I'm not 100% sure why that is and what that is. Wikipedia doesn't only have a lot on our Vulcan, so Presuming it's some kind of tank, something like that. But if any of the you know, rivet counters out there know more, then please let me know. So that's Vulcan's quirky back end. Then Vulcan went into this livery. Again, I don't know much about why he went into this. It's very appealing. Blue, yellow stripe with white wheels and white buffer beams. I'm presuming Worth Valley put him into this, as there he is again at Haworth Yard. But these days it can be seen in a good old BR green with grey roof, and he's very attractive in that. Well, I think so anyway. So this is Vulcan. Now, a while ago I was chatting to a mate of mine, the same mate who supplied Common Barn with that double-decker bus, over at his YouTube channel of Marmite Crumpet. Talking to him, and he was planning on getting into resin casting, and obviously put two and two together. I thought, ooh, resin casting, maybe this would be an option of getting myself a Vulcan. So we had a chat, and he was more than happy of, you know, when he got set up, of giving that a whirl. And that was the plan. And then I watched a video over at Bluebell Model Railways channel, when he was running a unique loco to him, and as I checked the title, it said 3D printed. Now that got the brain going again. 3D printed, surely that would be a good easy way of, you know, getting something unique. So I had a very long chat with the chap over at Bluebell Model Railway. Nice guy, was very helpful, pointed me in a load of 3D directions. The outcome is, it's one expensive thing. I think he said to have someone design and print, you know, a one-off body like that, you'd be looking at around £400. So that idea quickly went out the window. Anyway, got talking to my brother. Now my brother's an architect, and he sent me a picture of some little robots and things, and a bit random, I know, and I did question what it was, and to my surprise he was trialling a 3D printer at their architect business. So bang, quickly onto him, if you want to give it a trial, how about trialling it with a Vulcan body? So he ummed and ahed, you know, looked at some photos and things like that, and agreed to give it a whirl. So I sent him all these photos over, and I gave him measurements for this to fit on the Batman Class 08 chassis, as it's the same configuration as Vulcan. So I sent him all the measurements, and, you know, we had a quick look at everything, things like that, and within about 15 minutes he'd sent me this image back. Now he is an architect, computers is his thing, and he swiftly mocked up the back end of Vulcan, and as you can see, when I saw that photo I was very happy. I thought, right, this could actually happen now. So he carried on, quickly made the whole thing. So that's one side with the toolboxes, and that's the other. And as you can see, I mean, it designed this very quick, very good. You know, cheers, bro. So I was very excited. So off he went, you know, to give it a print. We had to wait a while to be able to get round to using the printer just to print a train out. But we got there eventually, and he, you know, gave it a print. Unfortunately, the first time it got printed, it collapsed. Now, if I can just, this is only a very quick video of the printer working. But you can see the footprint of Vulcan there, you know, slowly being built up. Very clever thing. So there you go, that was just a quick one. So yeah, we got making it. There's a still shot of it in action, and got it printed out. Unfortunately the first version came out like this. Turns out, I think it was because it was hollow. The machine tried to create like a weaved effect inside to give it some added strength, but that ended up compensating for the outside, and the cab collapsed. So it was back to the drawing board. My brother kindly, redesigned. There's the weave effect I was telling you about. That was very easy to carve out, but obviously we needed it hollow. There we go, with it carved out, and that's next to the 08 body. So yeah, so we went back and redesigned it, hollowed out the entire inside and strengthened those inside walls. Added a bit of extra thickness here on the cab end, and then actually printed this one in, if I just press play again, we actually printed it the second time round in 2 halves, like that. So the cab roof is actually separate from the body, as a lot of locos are. So there we go. In its designing stage we had the body and then we had the roof. I don't pick out very well, but that's just showing all the contours etc of how it was made. And then we went again. So you can see it's printing both sections there. There's the body footprint and there's the roof there as well. And here we have the second print. So the second print was a success, I can gladly say. There it is in its finished glory with the roof sat on. Now, as you can see, there's an awful lot of flash and burr there to scrape away, but that's not a problem, especially after all those white metal kits. I'm used to chewing flash off now. So it was a great success, I think is the best way to put it. And I took delivery of this on Thursday, and since Thursday I've worked non-stop on it to get it to get it ready for you guys. So that's what's happened, that's the story. Vulcan Project, aka one of a kind 3D printed loco. Now, like I just said, I've been working with my mate over the road to get this to fit perfectly onto the chassis, get it all trimmed up and neat and fit, and it's looking good. So I suppose really without further ado I should move over here towards the tunnel area and maybe have a look at him. And here he is. Everybody, please say hello to Vulcan. Now, I know he don't look much, and he really does look like a class 08, but he's really not. I mean, that front radiator is different, the toolbox arrangement is different, and there is obviously this, the light will pick it up, there's this bunker on the rear, so he's a lot different. But he's now on his chassis, ready to roll. The roof is now fitted permanently, and now work is just commencing on getting his body ready for paint. So cab windows here are open, the door window wasn't, I've had to file that out and make that myself. The front cab window there and the rear cab windows, they are not going to be open. Originally they were, but where the roof had joined the tops of the windows to the bottom half, it's just too thick, you just cannot get through it at all. It's a really strange plastic is this. Where it's thin, it's really thin and brittle and you've got to be really careful, but where it's thick, it's mega thick. You know, this is layers and layers of plastic it's made, and it's really thick. Inside the body it's it's a real mess. I've used a soldering iron to melt chunks away to get it to fit in the odd space here and there, and it is a solid fit, you know. Clips on nice like the original awake body. I can turn it round and show you the other side, just bear with me. But when you see this other side, it's not pretty. I've added a bit of fill down this side, so I do want a nice smooth body line. So yeah, it's very much a work in progress. There's the bunker there, you can see those windows. Plan for the windows is going to be a suitable wash over the plastic, and then I'm going to add some glaze into the outside. So that's the plan, and here he is. Here is Vulcan. So I hope you can all see the vision I have, and I hope you're all going to enjoy this thread. I certainly am, and as I say, this should be the only model of this loco in the world. I've searched a lot of, you know, brass kit sites and things like that, and I haven't yet found an English electric Vulcan foundry shunter. But you know, like I say, if anyone out there does know, please let me know. So there we go. Now I'm presuming these updates will come before layout updates, because I'm very you know, very enthusiastic to carry on with this. So the next video, I would imagine, oops, excuse my phone, I would imagine will be a Vulcan Project update. Right, so bit of a long one, but you know, it's an exciting thing I've been waiting to show you all. So let me know what you think, everybody. Not only of how this has turned out, but well, just what you think of Mr. Vulcan himself. So right, yeah, I want to go now. So thanks for watching, and Vulcan will see you in his next update. Okay, so I'll see you later. Bye bye.